This is the MSI Titan. It is one of the most expensive and powerful laptops currently on the market today. This thing has an RTX 5090 inside, and it has a retail price of $6,000. The performance on this laptop is mind-blowing. I put this up against my M3 MacBook Pro, and this absolutely destroyed my Mac. And obviously most games won't even install on a Mac. This thing can play any game at Mac settings. It's unbelievable. Now, my last video got a lot of comments, but it got two of the same comments a lot. One, they want to know what the battery life of this thing is, because everybody noticed that when I did my head-to-head comparison, the MSI versus my MacBook, I didn't plug the MacBook in and I never unplugged the MSI. So we will do a battery test coming up in just a moment. And the other comment that I got was about user scenarios. My biggest complaint with this laptop were the ridiculous fans, and people said, hey, there's an eco/silent mode. Just go into the MSI Center, switch it over to Eco Silent, and the fans will turn off. And that's what I did. And for a few minutes, I silently browsed the web in peace, and the computer seemed like it was working perfectly. And I thought, wow, this is an amazing feature, because you can basically keep it on silent mode 99% of the time. But when you want to get down to work or gaming, that's when you can put it in extreme performance mode and the fans will spool up. However, as I use the computer more and more in Eco Silent mode, I got more and more weird glitches. The computer was working great, totally silently, no fan, but it appears to just be frozen up at this point. I don't know what's going on. In Eco mode in general, the computer is noticeably slower. And I'm not just talking about like in games or in, Photoshop or Premiere. I'm talking about just going from one application to another. Opening MSI Center might take 10 to 15 seconds, whereas in extreme performance mode, it's instant. It starts acting pretty weird in this mode. Like even clicking on different parts of this application are just incredibly slow to open things up. I mean, look at how long it takes just to load that. I'm downloading and installing a Steam game. And right now, look, it's saying, over 2.5 hours to download this game. And if I go back in here and I turn it to extreme performance, so here we go. You can see we're going faster and faster downloading, which is so interesting. I'm so curious what exactly this software is throttling. It's throttling internet speed? Is it throttling write speed to my SSD? So that is pretty significant. I had a video project opened in Premiere, and when I switched to Eco mode and then back to extreme mode, Premiere just wouldn't work. It wouldn't show my video at all. There's nothing on the screen. So again, it doesn't seem to like the fact that I'm jumping back and forth between these two options. Let's see, I'm gonna close Premiere. I'm gonna go back into performance mode here. All right, let's try to open the same document again. So after restarting Premiere and restarting Encoder, I tried to export a video, whole video failed. So it kind of feels like I need to restart the entire computer if I'm gonna be playing with these different user profiles. I don't know if this is an MSI thing, a GeForce thing, a Windows thing, an Adobe thing. It just feels like as I'm jumping between extreme performance and Eco Silent mode, the software gets very confused and it does not like me turning the GPU on and off. Now I wanna try this test one more time. So to be fair, I'm gonna restart the entire computer. I'm gonna keep the computer in extreme mode. I'm gonna try to export a video project. I'm then going to move over to Eco mode and export that exact same video project. Let's see what happens. All right, it actually worked. It exported in Eco mode. The computer is totally quiet, and maybe that was a little bit slower, but not that much slower. I mean, that was a fantastic result. Now, let's do the battery test that everybody has been asking for. So I'm gonna grab my MacBook. All right, we're on battery. We're at 100% on the MacBook. We're at 75% on the MSI. We're gonna export the exact same video, and we are in extreme mode on the MSI. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, the MacBook is finishing up now. The MSI is not even 1/3 done. The other interesting thing is that even though I have it set to like maximum performance in Windows and in the MSI software, no fan on the MSI in battery mode. It is totally silent right now, which makes me think it's not in extreme performance mode. The one thing that might be going on here is I can actually choose to turn on discrete graphics. Right now I'm in hybrid graphics mode. I just assumed because I was choosing extreme performance that it would be using the 5090. Maybe it's not, but it says switching GPU modes will require a system reboot. I really don't want to have to restart this again, but maybe I should. All right, let's do this test again. MacBook is at 96% battery. MSI is at 52%. We're going down fast and we haven't really done anything yet. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, the MacBook is finishing up right now. The MSI is maybe a quarter or a fifth of the way done. Still no fan though, so I don't know what is going on. You know, I hear everybody say that, oh, Macs don't throttle on battery, but Windows computers do. And I knew they might natively, but if you can go into the settings and turn everything up to extreme, I just assumed that it would go to extreme, but that is not the case. I mean, literally, both of these laptops are completely silent right now, which is quite nice actually. Battery mode overrides performance profiles. Even if you've selected extreme performance in MSI Center, the laptop automatically limits power consumption and disables aggressive cooling when running on battery to preserve battery life. So you guys were right in the comments. Running this laptop on battery does have a massive performance hit. So I'm playing Call of Duty. It's working great. I'm plugged in. We are currently at 39% battery. Fans are going nuts. Let's unplug and try to go back into Call of Duty. Oh yeah, it is not good performance at all. Oh wow, yeah, this is unplayable. I can barely move. That's pretty wild. All right, let me plug this back in. And there we go, comes right back to life. All right, I'm gonna unplug this so the fans turn off, hopefully. Yeah, and it gets quieter. So what did we learn? Yes, there are user profiles that have eco mode and performance mode, but apparently those only work when you have the computer plugged in. When the computer is plugged in the eco or silent mode, it does a really good job of cutting the fans off completely. However, I got very sporadic performance in this mode. Not only did I have software hanging up, I had software freeze, it required multiple restarts. Adobe Premiere and Encoder just stopped working completely and I had to restart the entire computer. But the second time I tested it, it actually did export a video in eco mode and it did it relatively quickly. So who knows? As everybody who's watching this already knows, this is not a normal laptop. And I don't think the average buyer of this laptop is going to be using it on battery power for long. It's probably just enough battery power to get you from one power outlet to the next power outlet. I think that's enough for this video, but if you guys would like any other specific test, let me know in the comments below and I can try to get those done before I mail this laptop back. If you happen to be a photographer, we are currently running photography contests every single month. The one that we're doing right now is portrait photography. I guarantee you have a picture of someone. Check it out at fstoppers.com/contest. It's totally free to join and you can literally win thousands of dollars in prizes. And one of our most popular photography tutorials that we've ever made is currently the lowest price it's ever been. You can check that out at fstoppers.com/store.